Hello, welcome back to Send and Chat. I am Liam Whyte.
And I am Jamie Allan.
And I'm Francis Walker.
Thank you for coming on, mate. First
thank you
ever
very much.
guest.
Thank you.
How you been?
I've been good, yeah. Yeah, like a bit of a tough day, but I'm alright, yeah.
Tough day? What happened?
It was just a bit of a long day at work. It was really warm, obviously. Well, what temperature today was
It was
it?
25 degrees when I came here.
About 25 degrees. Well, I was obviously working in an engineering shop, that's what I do, but I was working on the burner, which obviously like, it's just a big flame, and it burns different shapes out of sheets of metal, so I'm sitting there in a boiler suit with it burning sheets of metal, so I was dripping.
That sounds like fun. Is that a 9 to 4 then?
8 to half 4, which is kind of
blue collar work,
yeah.
yeah.
That's disgusting as well in that heat.
Yeah,
That flame there. Oh dear.
it was horrible, but
So, to those of you that don't know Francis, he is of course, well, I'd say you're probably the most interesting of my mates I don't know too well. Not to big you up enough, because you've got a big fucking ego, as you might see later on, but I mean, I want you to explain to people the life story. What's your first ever memory?
my first ever memory.
What is the first ever memory?
Ooh, right. First ever memory, that'd probably be getting injured.
Injured.
Yeah, that was probably the time that my grandma's Doberman attacked me. Yeah.
Full on attacked.
Full on.
Well, no, like there was a warning bite because I was 7 years old, so it would have been able to kill me easily, just one bite and it'd be me gone.
Right.
What
But
type of dog is it?
like a Doberman, you know, like the big.
Big fucking jaws.
Yeah, like it's the ones that like it was one of the main ones they used for the guard dogs and stuff like that because of how like muscular they are. They're really tough.
Ouch.
Like easy days could kill grown men. So like I don't know why I didn't get me, but it was probably just because he was giving me a warning about it. Because I was up in my old house and we had this wee games hall and I was sleeping in it.
Mm-hmm.
And I went down and I was only 7 years old, didn't know any better, and I was just trying to pet it, and I was not happy with me petting it whatsoever. And they gave me a warning bite, so my whole head was in its mouth. I had 2 puncture wounds in the back of my head, and I split the top of my skull.
Your whole head.
Yeah, my whole head was in its mouth. So
You've got a fucking pea head, don't you?
so like my first real memory is like walking up the stairs out of the games hall, but with blood all coming down my face. And my grandma finding me and be like, oh, and pick me up and like take me to the kitchen.
To the kitchen, not the hospital. Just to the kitchen.
Well, to the kitchen because that's where my mum and dad were.
She walks under the tap for him. Bit of sticky
We
plaster.
plaster on it that day, yeah.
See, I mean, yeah, that's a wee bit different. I mean, mine's is probably winning a race, and like I know, like a lot of kids want, you know, sort of like maybe go to school or nursery or something. No, yours is just having your head in a dog's mouth. I mean, as you do casual.
Yeah, there's
That's
a different
That's fucked up,
memory.
like, that's different. That's a different kind of memory. That one.
I just, to be honest, like I just remember most of my injuries rather than good memories. That's really dark.
Yeah,
that
you
sounds
fucking
very
hell, listen
dark.
to that turn out for the worst.
You got a good memory though.
Yeah, let me think for a minute though. But like the good memories. Like, how far back are we going? Just
As far as
just
that.
That's
just like the first good memory I can think of.
Yeah.
My grandma giving me, because like she used to come up like to the house and stuff, and then she gave me, my brother, and my sister all these wee little teddies. Like my sister got a black one, I got a yellow one, and my brother got a blue one, and we all named them. And mine was called Lucy, and like I've still got like I've still got her to this day, just sitting in my room because I'm never gonna part with that. Never gonna part with that teddy.
I think we've all got one thing. Is when you were when you were a wee guy, and the always keep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I've got like a teddy back in my mum's house as well. Same thing. I
Well,
had when I was a baby.
Aye. So when I was born, my dad got me a teddy for when I was born. On his way back for the Scotland-Brazil game.
That was it. That was it.
Well,
That
the
was
World Cup, shall we
go,
say?
go back to episode 1 or 2
Aye,
if you want a good
that's
story.
A touchy subject. He grabbed a teddy on his way back, but I've not got it anymore. My wee sister destroyed it.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
So would you say you've always been because from that way it sounds like you really care about your family and what they've done to you. Have you always been like a family orientated person, you'd say, or not much?
Yeah, like to be honest, like, because I was the youngest, I always felt mum and dad like didn't love me as much. I was always the one. No, like hear me.
Okay.
Like it's because like my brother and my sister, like as they went through school and all that, they were the cool ones. they were like the ones that did well in all the classes and that, and I was always the bit of the twat, you know, and I just wouldn't do very well. And like I think it was because of that, but like obviously like they would still love me the exact same way they love the two of them. Yeah. Like it was just that because I was always the one that was getting in trouble, they would always be like, "Why are you always that one that's?"
Do you feel like you tried to make a scene of yourself though because you were the youngest and you felt your others were getting attention? Do you think that's maybe one of the reasons why you acted like that?
Definitely, I would say that what makes up me like and you two both know that like I like getting a bit of attention. Right?
Yeah, I was going to say that,
but like I see it less as trying to get attention. It's more just because basically because with mum and dad with that, I always felt that that like I needed to like get what's the word?
Recognition.
Yeah, like I need I wanted them to be like, oh yeah, that was great, like
actual proper attention.
Yeah, but like not just any kind of attention. Like I just wanted
a sense of achievement.
Yeah, like a sense of achievement. So then like that's usually why I end up doing all the stupid stuff I do, and it's less because I just want to be the center of attention, and like you say, because of a big ego and all that. Like it's less because of that. Like it's more just because like I don't like just being in the background all the time. Like I hate just being in the background. Like I want to be part of everything and there with everything.
Well, I mean, I know you were saying to me off camera that you want to explain how you first met Francis properly, because like I mean, I never knew, to put in context as well, right, the first ever time I met well, like obviously you went to our school, you're in the year above us, but I didn't know you, I never spoke to you in school, right. The first ever time I met you was at a friend's, Ewan, who Francis now lives with, old house. Walk in, I've got work the next day, so you know I'm not drinking that much, try to drive, and there's Francis fucking down a bottle of Sambuca right in front of my eyes. He just takes away the bottle from his mouth long enough to say, "Hi, by the way, I'm Francis, nice to meet you, what's your name? Liam, thanks, nice to meet you." It starts downing the bottle again, which, yeah, I think it sums you up pretty well. You know that you've changed much in that like last year and a half or so.
No, I still drink that much. Definitely still drink that much.
I think you've improved a wee bit. I mean, do you want
maybe
to
with the alcohol side,
yeah. Do you want to give then your story that you wanted to explain?
How did you meet me first?
Was it at the pub quiz or was it at your birthday?
I think it was at my birthday.
It was his birthday.
Was it?
Do you want to go and explain to folk what happened on my birthday?
Well, the thing is, I'm not a massive drinker. Right, never had been.
Yeah, you couldn't have tell.
Put in context. New to me is day and night, right? Or new to me day and night. I drink very rarely, right? It's a very occasion. Liam's birthday was it your 18th?
My 18th, yeah.
18th, and he decided he was going to have a house party because no everybody in our year was 18 yet.
We were forced to because Spoons kicked us out for not being 18.
That's very true. We did go to Weatherspoons up in the town and then got kicked out because not everybody was 18. So we got carry-outs and went to Liam's house. His mother kindly let us.
Yeah.
She was wanting the next day, wasn't she?
Yeah, so I found out as well the other day my mum actually listens to me, so hi mum.
I'll keep this to a minimum.
Nah, it's fine. I love her, she can't kill me.
Just like you, I never knew Francis through school. Didn't even know he went to our school until right there. That's pretty bad.
Wait, did you not know I went to Stirling High?
No, I did not know you went to Stirling High.
Oh,
I mean, I knew of you. Did you
know me in
St
school?
Onions as well?
No, I was at Cambu.
Did you know me in school? Did you?
I'd never seen you once in my whole life.
Exactly, yeah.
So that does.
I think I've only seen you a few times as well when you were there. So.
I'd never seen you through school. Anyway, we were at Liam's and it was a house party and I was getting to know every one of Liam's mates who I'd never met before. I was new to the sort of circle, shall we say, and so me and Francis.
The alcohol started flowing.
The alcohol started flowing, and me and Francis was sort of on the same page. We were both class clowns, would you say, when we were at school?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
And we both had a identical sense of humour, if you will, and we could get on based on the fact that we could make everybody laugh. And it turned nasty, to be honest. I had a wee bit too much to drink.
Yeah, I really had to suffer at the end of my 18th. To be fair, not just you, another individual who will go named unnamed until he comes on the podcast. I had to single-handedly take 2 hours to carry back half of the distance, and it was only a half a mile walk. It took me 2 hours to carry
I probably
back.
said about 15 minutes. normal walking speed away from
Yeah, and it took me 2 hours to drag you to that point.
Wow.
I still didn't. I don't believe him.
There's video evidence, right?
Video evidence.
I have never seen. May I add? I have never seen.
There is, tell you what, right, so Struan is the individual that owns the footage. If he still has it when he's on the podcast next, with Jamie's permission, I will put that in as a clip into the podcast.
That'll be perfect. That'll be perfect.
I will happily watch it after.
That's good. I'm happy for that.
However, it got messy. I had a bit more drink than I expected, and I mean the night was great.
Yeah,
for what I can remember, it was great.
I talked to your mum for quite a wee while on that party. Like, no, in that way, Liam. Don't worry.
I had no idea where I was. A lot of part of the nights. I had stuff in my mouth.
Yeah, it was like a hangover situation for you, wasn't it?
Aye. The next day was horrible. No, I'd never really suffered from a hangover until your birthday. Like, that was disgusting.
If I remember in the edit of this, I'll put up, because there's a few photos we still have from that night. I'll try and find them.
That's some good ones,
yeah, there's a good one of a certain object in your mouth.
Do you remember that? The object.
I remember there was an object, but I'll find out by the photos what object that was.
Yeah, no, they'll be on screen now if I remember to put them on, and if not, if they don't get put in by me forgetting, it's basically a cockball opener. Was, shall we say, being deep throated by Jamie in a pleasant way.
Try new things.
Hey, God experiment.
What was the game we were playing with the football out the back? Keeping it up, wasn't it?
No, it was
no, wait, it's like if you drop it, you're out, sort of thing.
Yeah, and that was nasty because I was a wee bit.
Yeah, Francis like to take it a wee bit too far.
Hey, there's no such thing as taking it too far. All you got to do is throw at them, and if they drop it, they'll lose a limb. Simple
exactly,
as that.
and that's it was on my.
Well, it's on, yeah.
I was very competitive. However, at some points I was a wee bit nasty.
A wee bit.
And I remember Ben, was it Ben that was there?
Nah.
I may have tripped him up just so he lost a limb, and could have broke his ankle in the process. But the point is, I
you made sure you're going to win.
I 2-footed challenged him.
See, I guess the way you gotta do it though, you like you're in it to win it, and you gotta just be brutal.
That was the first time I
There's a side of you that maybe subjects this to good point is a certain game you love to play, Francis. A certain odds on. Do you want to explain the concept of odds on to those that probably don't know?
I love this game.
Okay, odds on, right. What you do, like if you want someone to do any kind of dare, so let's say, I don't know, just something simple. If I was like, right, Jamie, you get slapped by Liam really hard in the face 5 times, right? Then I could just be like, right, odds on out of 10, and then like if he'd agreed to that, which at the start you've got to agree to be playing the actual game, and like that's the kind of the way of doing it, because like the way is like you can't back out halfway through, because if you back out there's a forfeit, and that's like there's one forfeit, and it's really, really bad. It's always really bad. Some of the worst ones I've been involved in, the forfeits anyway, was sliding down the tallest part of the skate park bowl naked, just on your front. Yeah, you had to do that if you.
It's not a good for you there as well, but I won't do that. And that's just so funny.
Like if you do the forfeit, then obviously like you're going to be out of the game. But basically, like, it just gets worse and worse and worse. So like if that dare was in play, and I said odds on a 10, then I would then say 3, 2, 1 really fast, and the two of them would then say number between 1 and 10. If they get the same number, then he has to do it. If they get the wrong number, then they don't have to do it, and depending on how bad they get, the number gets worse, so then or the number gets higher, so the probability of you getting it is a lot less.
Yeah, basically. So in return then, what's the worst thing you've ever made someone do, and what's the worst thing you've ever had to do?
I knew that was coming.
That's a tough line of question. I need to get up my skills.
The worst thing I've got someone to do.
You're really gonna choose this, aren't you?
There's a lot of things I've made people do with that game though.
Shall we say like to everyone as well, you're not a cunt. Like,
yeah,
I mean, we should point
a little bit, but like I'm not like
no. From I've only known you for a short period of time. I'd say like in the grand scheme of things, I've only known you a short period of time. You're never a cunt. However, you will never back down from anything, and you'll always expect everyone else to be exactly the same as you. When the truth is, not many people have the same level of balls as you when it comes to this game. And I don't think you know when to accept that when you've been drinking.
That's true. Oh, right. Worst thing I've
Oh,
got
no.
someone to do.
As this at Sam's.
This is at Sam's.
Do you want to give some context behind it first?
I will not tell you the name of the person, just
Yeah.
to keep them safe in this. But they had to put a bottle in their mouth, like just basically deep throat a bottle that had
Yeah,
been
that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that, is there?
that had been up my arse.
Now, I'm quite glad I wasn't there to witness that. However, I was in the next room and I heard screams, is all I'm going to say.
It was very funny to watch. The screams were not from me.
Yeah, I think we can guess who they're from, but I won't say the name
We're
of
not
the
gonna say
person.
the
Yeah,
name,
no, I'm not going to do that. Unless they come on and they're happy to say one day then.
I don't think they'll ever be happy to say that one. Moving on from that one, the worst thing I've had to do an odds on has been like it's another one of the skate park ones. I had to just basically skate around the skate park bowl, just do that a couple of times, which is easy enough because I used to be a skateboarder, I could do that. But one of the parts was I had to be naked, so that was obviously difficult enough as it is because it was a full skate park, so there was quite a few people there.
Yeah, you know, I didn't think this through because, like, there's a heavy chance you get arrested.
I know. Like there was a heavy chance to get arrested for that. But then also, I had to have my hand glued to my testicles with nail glue,
Yeah.
which made it very difficult. I mean, obviously, like, putting it on was easy. I'm skating with the ball easy, getting back out easy.
I don't think you've actually said to me how you got it off. Is it just a ripping it off situation?
It basically was just a ripping off situation because I was sitting there because obviously I took all my clothes off, so and then I had my hand there, so I couldn't get my clothes back on with that like that. So I had to just rip it off, and it was probably one of the most horrible feelings I've ever had in my whole life.
See, you can't see Jamie's face, unfortunately. But send that picture.
The thing is, this is fascinating.
Yeah.
I have, in the whole length, I've probably been with you 4 or 5 times, and I am learning some stories.
Wait, learning some stories?
I mean, I've already learned some stuff, to be honest, from this.
I mean,
this
the thing
is
is, I've been with Francis in the same room doing whatever, about 4 times, and I've never once heard these stories, and it's great.
Yeah, I have a lot of
And I've
stories.
played odds on. Is that?
I mean, I have as well, but I'll never take that fucking. I'll be the first one to admit it. I don't have the balls of Francis when it comes to this.
Well,
He was
almost,
lucky to
yeah.
have us.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
I almost didn't have him left
At
after
least,
that one.
you know, you got free wax out.
Got more than a wax off that one, jeez.
I mean, you're also a keen rugby player as well. What's your team that you play for?
I play for Bannockburn Rugby Club.
And where are you in your league or whatever it is?
We're obviously in pre-season at the moment. Might then go back up. Like in the last league we were in, we came in. I'm pretty sure we only came in 4th, but
Fourth's still alright. Well, it's out 4.
but no, like it was out of 8. So like yeah, like it's not amazing, but like the fact that we haven't been playing competitive rugby for the past 2 years, we only just got back into competitive rugby. We've just been doing social stuff that like I think we're just happy that we've actually at least put our feet in. And we went down to Hillfoots, like they had like a touch tournament, and we were in the final for that, but we lost. But we did get the most sociable club though, because we usually do the most drinking. Apart from the funny part in that one was all of us went down to obviously play, but then as soon as it ended, everyone left bar me and my captain, and then we got awarded the most sociable club, so only 2 of us were there to receive it.
The most social. I mean, it doesn't paint you in a good light, at least.
It's a better achievement than actually winning, I would imagine.
But yeah, but like then again, because everyone went down, and because like we had to pay, I think it was like it was at least over 100 for like the day for like the team coming down.
How many are on the team?
It was probably about 10. But then that got you a burger and a pint. But then everyone left as soon as the game finished, so then me and my captain had 5 free pints each. So
Nah.
And about 10 burgers or whatever else.
I only had the 1 burger. I didn't really need anything else because I felt quite ill
Eating is
after the
cheating,
game.
eh?
Yeah, eating definitely is cheating.
Eating is cheating. That's
Yeah.
the motto that everybody lives by.
Yeah, you got a point there.
So, apart from that, what else do you do? What's a day in the life of Francis Walker like? Go through the average day.
The average day, well, I mean, like, I usually have like a week schedule, right? Like, my only free days throughout a week are usually Monday before the quiz or Friday, and that, like, Friday's my only actual free day.
Fair enough. Would you say then you live quite a hectic life, or it's quite a normal life compared to like most folk at our age group?
Quite normal. I mean, like, Monday, see all my friends at the pub quiz at Torbrex, not a sponsor.
However, though, if you do want to sponsor us, we're open to anything.
Definitely, we're Team Llama. You might recognise us as.
Yeah, if you ever see us, come down, wave, give us a wave.
Keys a wave. Yeah. Tuesday I've obviously rugby training. Wednesday I do salsa with my mum. Like I do
That's
salsa.
another topic that we must get into. I have never heard of that.
Yeah. I knew about that.
Okay, I'll go through the rest of the week and then we'll come back to that.
Right.
Thursday is back at training again, and then Friday is usually my free day to do whatever I want. Saturdays I'll sometimes games, and then a Sunday is my bed day.
Do you do anything on a Saturday night though?
Saturday night. Well, the reason why my Sunday is my bed day is I usually have quite a hectic Saturday night.
I expected that. I just needed a
Yeah,
clarification, to be honest.
Yeah.
For the viewers especially.
Now, back to a Wednesday here, please.
Back to Wednesday. Right, a Wednesday for me. Up 6:30, go work for 8, then finish at 4:30.
Do you work 5 days a week as well?
I do work 5 days a week. From August up until when the college is finished for summer anyway. Like I'm like go to college once a week, like on one day a week. Like it changes every year because of my apprenticeship. But yeah, that's alright. But so like Wednesday I come back, I then go up for dinner with my mum's because my mum likes to see me obviously because now I've moved out the house. She likes to keep track of me because she's worried I'm going to kill myself or something.
Mrs. Walker, she's fine.
Yeah. Hey mum, you're watching. But so then I have a dinner there, and then usually I started off obviously in the beginner classes for salsa, and I went down just to try it out because mum wanted me to come down.
Mm-hmm.
But then ended up getting into it quite well. Like the instructors down there thought I was the best guy going anyway.
Gifted. Gifted.
Well, they did think I was quite gifted because they fast tracked me up to the advanced classes, and I'm doing advanced salsa at the moment. But it's quite hard. Well, it's harder for a guy to get into salsa because for a girl to get in, she just has to learn the basic steps, and then the guy leads her. Right. All she has to do is just get led by the guy and just let him lead her. Whereas if a guy wants to get into it, you have to learn the steps and how to lead as well, and you have to be a strong leader, else the girl's not going to know what she's doing.
Fair enough. Have you always been a keen dancer?
I've always liked dancing. I've been dancing since
Every Saturday.
S1. no. I've been dancing since S1. I was in hip hop dance club in S1 and stuff.
Was that thing? Oh.
It was a thing in Stirling High when who was it? Who was the teacher? Miss Angus was still in school.
Oh fucking hell, that's a blast from the past.
Well,
that
boys,
name rings a fucking bell.
Well, I tell you what, that was back when I still got bullied a little bit, and they still thought it'd be funny to make fun of the fact that I went to hip hop, right? But then I would always just reply to that one every single time that before we get to any kind of dancing, you have to do stretching, and I'm in a room full of girls and I'm the only guy. And then Miss Angus.
So that's actually something I didn't know about you, that you got bullied. Would you say it was that bad? Or I mean, obviously it's bad, but you have severities of it.
Well, I've been bullied quite a few times in my life, but the high school one probably wasn't too bad. It was from because I left primary school from Camusbarron, and only me and a girl called Natalie Jin, she was the only one who went into my form class. So it was only us two, and then it was everyone else was from St Indians, I think. So it was just no.
Young team.
Sorry if we offended you.
Well, but the way it was is that obviously the girl came in, and she was really fast at making friends with other girls because the girls kind of all grouped together a little bit. Or at least in the first couple of years after that, they started not going into that. But the guys didn't like the fact that they didn't know me, so then they decided just to completely cast me out, and then everyone in the class did not like me. But the way I got it back was just by going out with a girlfriend, so it was okay.
So the tables turned.
The tables did turn.
The tables did turn.
Yep.
Would you like have any advice to maybe anyone listening that is maybe going through something similar and how to deal with it, if you do have anything? Sorry to give you the heavy questions.
No, just don't don't let any of it get to you, because they're only gonna be making fun of you, or even if it does get physical, which hopefully it doesn't, because that is never nice. But they're only doing it because you're different, and they just don't know you, and all they had to do is just get to know you. And if they don't want to know you, then there's no point, and they're not worth getting to know. So just leave them entirely, and you will find people that will like you for the person you are, like I have, and everything will be fine after that. So just keep going through it, and you'll be fine.
That's good advice, mate. Thank you.
Yeah.
So would you say that's something that happened just in like the early years from like maybe S1, or did it go all the way through high school, would you say?
Went from S1 to S3, and then from S5 through to probably still ongoing, but it's not like the same kind of bullying. Like it's not really bullying, so I don't really see them anymore, because it's not like high school. Because obviously when you're high school, the bullying's right in the face.
Even in S5, it was.
No, it was S1 to S3 from all those guys, and then it was halfway through S5 that the different things happened with me, where other friend groups I was with then disliked me, and then turned against me. So I was just kind of by myself again, because obviously I did have the friend group. Thankfully I did find another friend group, which I'm really happy for, and they helped me get through all the problems with them. But that's still ongoing, but to be honest, they're just not worth really caring about or talking about. So
that's good. I think that obviously I know it's because I've only ever seen you as this confident person. I'm kind of surprised because I've never heard that side to you. Would you say it's like obviously everyone has certain things in their life that makes them the way they are? Would you say this in a term made you more confident and stronger as a person?
To be honest, I think it more pushed me to become more confident, because it was a way of not showing it. Right. But then I think it just stuck with it anyway, and the person that I was pretending to be to begin with just kind of started becoming who I am now anyway. So I'm not really bothered with what anyone thinks about me. I'm not really bothered about anything like that. I just, whoever likes me likes me. If they don't like me, they don't like me. I'm just not gonna waste my time with them, you know.
Fair enough.
Probably the best attitude towards it.
Yep.
I was a bit like that going through school though, because when I came up I had loads of people that came from my school. But I was known for being just an idiot all the way through school, all the way through primary, and all the way through high school as well. I was the class idiot, and I was kicked out of this, just having a laugh here, having a laugh there. But in school, folk would just you would have your friend group. I was probably 4 or 5 people. It was Jack, Duncan, Ben. You know, that was a solid group you always had. But everybody else, they only crowded around you because you know you were gonna have a laugh. So it's I was never bullied or nothing like that, because I just never gave a fuck what anybody says. But in the sense that I had only 3 people I would actually talk to, and the rest of the people in the school was just but he's going to have a laugh in this class.
They're just using your friend to take.
Do you think that?
Which I'm not bothered about now, looking at it. But go sorry.
In a way though, isn't that how most people sort of develop though? Because most people when you go through high school, you know, when you leave, a lot of people tend to say I have a close friend group of say maybe 20 people.
Yeah.
You talk to them maybe 2 years later, they probably have 5. So do you maybe think that you just did it at a more peak time? So
I think the way I got it was decent. I had 3 people there. Now I've got a lot more. But in the sense, the people who crowded around me for entertainment, don't speak to half of them anymore, because school's finished. You grow up, you get, and I still got all the humour I had back in school. I still have I still fuck about and have a laugh whenever I can, make jokes and all that shit. But in general, you grow up as a person. And the people who are idiots at school that only crowded around you for entertainment,
they'll be gone out of your life.
They're all gone, and half of them are doing well, half of them are now.
Yeah, that's the thing as well. To anyone that's still at school, maybe listening to think about it, is that school's only at most 13 years of your life. You can cut it short if you want to, but try and make the best out of it whilst you can, and keep who you want to keep closest to you, and like
have the best laugh you can. But
yeah, like I mean, there's no problem with having laughs with folk like Jamie did, but like at the end of the day, you need to think, you know, how many of these folk will stick around with you after, you know, the last bell goes.
Think about the people who don't laugh at the jokes you make, because they tend to be there for your actual friendship. Whereas, you know, I had people at school who was just there laughing all the time, and you know, coming away from it now, it's like, don't talk to them, never would again.
Yeah.
If I saw them, I'd say hi and stuff, but you know, it's one of those ones where if they laugh at your jokes, they're laughing at your entertainment. But I don't know.
Well, like one of the things you got to think about as well is me and Jamie were both the class clowns. We were entirely the class clowns. We would always and to an extent have a bit too much of a laugh. And like for me, I don't know for you, but definitely for me, I kind of took the piss with high school. Like I definitely didn't get anywhere near the grades I could have got anyway. I mean like I was obviously the year above them, but I was in most of their classes in like 5th and 6th because I wasn't doing so well through high school and didn't really actually care about it, and that's why like I didn't come out with very good grades at all. And I'm very lucky to have got the apprenticeship I've got and actually have a chance.
If you don't mind saying, what grades did you leave with?
I left with only one higher.
Right.
I had a higher in art and I was only a C.
It's better than me, to be honest.
There's actually a point that I wanted to move on to. So, well, I'm going to say what I'm right. So basically, there was some people watching the first episode we had, and they heard how you only had woodwork.
Right.
Now there's an actor on TV called Paul Merce, who I don't know if you have heard of. Basically, he only left school with woodwork as well, but he's like a top BBC presenter,
right.
And they're sort of saying, you know, like, it doesn't matter what you sort of leave with. I think that's sort of maybe a good say. I mean, I know not everyone's wanting to go into entertainment business or maybe think that's the top, but you know, you can still succeed in people's eyes with like very little.
It's a path you choose. Like, I don't think. Well, she's not going to be listening, but anyway, my manager, when I went in for my job interview, my dad's always been supportive, like anything I chose today. He was a bit annoyed at me for, like, the way I took school, but in general he's always been supportive, right? And then I says to him, I sat in I was doing plumbing, I was like jacked in because it was the early starts, it was just so shit, I hated it, and basically I spent maybe half a year sitting in the house, like, and my mum and dad paying for me and just no doing nothing.
Yeah. And
every time he would support me anyway, he was like, you got a job yet? You know, he would say it in a laughing way, no pressure on me. And then it was like, obviously I saw the EE job come up, and then it was, I was like, Dad, I've got an interview Friday, I can't remember what day it was. And he was like, what's it for? And I was like, EE, the phone company. He was like, alright. And this is the one time that my dad's been like, is this really, you're not a people's person, in the sense, like, I struggle to keep a conversation if I've not got anything to talk about, or if I've never met the person, unless I've got a drink.
And you're doing a podcast.
And I'm doing a podcast.
Unless you've got a drink in you, or
I'm doing a podcast now. But in general, I was always pretty poor at keeping conversation with people I didn't know. I didn't mix well with people, and I went, fuck it, I'm going to get a try. And it was like, cool, go for it. Went into an interview, and I was straight up with my manager. Was like, walked in, sat down, she was like, cool, what makes you right for you? And I was like, well, to be quite honest, I was shite all the way through school, literally my words, and I was shite through school. I'm a good laugh, and I will dedicate myself 100% to a job that I want to do. And she was like, right, okay, that's the first time I've heard that. Right, so she got me out doing all the stuff that an interview needed to do, so I was doing all the stuff, and she had me like drawing pictures and shit, because I went in as an apprentice to begin with. So you have to draw like a picture of your life story and shit. I've never done it, I'm not going to lie. She went down the stairs and she says to James,
I kind of do as well.
So she went down the stairs and says to James, who's a senior advisor in the store, still works there, says to him, he's failed all the questions in all the interview, he's failed everything, but fuck it, I'm going to give him a chance. She walked back up, and then she was like that. So we'll move on to the next part. And she asked me a question. I was like, look, I just need somebody to give me an opportunity and I can prove myself. She was like, cool, when can you start? And you don't normally say that in like such a big business.
Yeah.
And I was like, look, whenever. And then I got the job that week, and ever since I wouldn't leave now, but it's like leaving with woodwork, sitting in the house for half a year, doing nothing, to having what could be a successful career, and shows you don't need a lot from school. But definitely make the most of it. Leave with what you want to choose your path.
Yeah, I think that's like important. Like, you know, you can succeed with very little. And right, so this is something that I want to bring up to you. So I was working the other day in Dobie's, and I can't remember what happened. So like, I was serving a customer, right? So I gave them. They said there's something wrong with their order. It wasn't me that served them first. So I went and got them a new order. Went and gave it to them. And then like, so I was turning away then clean stuff, and they were sitting at the table literally right behind me, and I could hear her whispering to her husband, God, these fucking idiot employees, like, how difficult is it to make a sandwich? They'll never succeed in life, sort of terms, right? And it did make me a bit pissed off, right? Thinking, you know, this is how like society, like, sort of, well, not even society, just idiots look at you.
And certain individuals.
Because of your job title, and if you make a mistake. Because I bet you if a banker said like to her that they'd mocked up her accounts or whatever, she'd be like, oh, fucking idiot bankers, why can't they do their job properly? It's so easy. What I want to ask you is this: what do you think it takes, both of you, what do you think you need in life to succeed? And what is your level of what would you say is successful?
I don't think you can put a point on where a successful is.
But everyone has their own level of what they count success.
It depends on what you want in life, but I'd rather have, you know, a job that's going to make you, you know, 25k a year. You know, you can buy a house, you can live off what you're making, you know, and maybe have a family and stuff. But in general, I don't think I would want the fame that, you know, say tennis players, football players, these sport athletes have. I don't think I would want that fame. It'd be good having the money, but I don't think the fame to come with it wouldn't be great.
Probably not, no.
It's a lot of hassle, social media, and just there's shit always happening. When you think about it, we don't get hate comments, you know, as certain individuals.
Wait till we're a big podcast, Jamie.
Just certain individuals who work, say, at Dobie's. You don't get hate comments.
No.
You know what I mean? Whereas these guys do, and they've got to deal with it through life, and
death threats and all sorts.
Especially when you've got kids who get death threats because of what you do as an athlete. It's difficult. But in general, 25k a year, you know, something that you can maybe live comfortably on, no struggling. I mean, there's a lot of people who work 6 days a week, you know, 55 hours a week, and still struggle. That's not the sort of life that you should have to live. But
see, like, what would you then count as success?
See, for me though, like, I don't even really see like the way that I've kind of gone through high school, and everyone's been talking about the big jobs they want to go for and what they want to be and all that kind of stuff. I'd never known what I actually wanted to do.
I'm the exact same.
I went through thinking about tons of different jobs and different like ideas of how much money I'm gonna earn and all sorts like that, and I was like only now, once I lived in the flat right now, and I'm talking like right now I don't get paid that much because I'm an apprentice, and like I barely have like any money left over at the end of the week for me to spend for myself. But right now I still feel that in my eyes at the moment I'm still quite successful
doing well,
like with what I want to be, because literally all I'm doing is I'm going to work, I'm working for it, I'm staying in my flat, and I'm happy. Like I'm not upset or angry or anything like that. I'm just happy with whatever that's going on. So right now I'm successful, but obviously like I know that there's different points and different checkpoints in my life I want to get to. Like I want to have a family, I want to be able to buy buy my own house, I want to go different places, and those will be different checkpoints. But at the moment,
so you think at this point in time you're successful, yeah?
In my eyes, yes.
And you would feel the same as well then?
I'm in a job that I can, you know, I'm not paying for much. I pay some bills in the house for my mum and my dad, but in general I've always got money left over at the end of the month, and it's like I see myself as I'm in a successful place, and I'm quite happy where I am. And the only thing is I can only progress where I am. Do you know what I mean? I can't go lower. You can only progress in life, and it's
unless you get fired.
Unless you get fired,
However, that's not going to happen, though, is it?
No, of course it's not. Yeah. But speaking on the customer you had in Dobby's, I had one today. I finished work very late. I had a very... Well, the customer was a dick, I'll put it that way.
See, that customer's always right bullshit. That doesn't exist.
Never exist. But we offer the service. You know, your phone was damaged today. Basically, if your phone's damaged and it's still on warranty, we send the phone away. We can give you a free loan phone in the meantime for you to use. It's whilst it lasts, and it's an added service that you give, right?
Right.
And primarily we had no phones left to hand out without a deposit being bought. So you get a certain grade of phone. You get tier 3, tier 2 and tier 1. Tier 2 is obviously you pay a £75 deposit. Tier 1 is like iPhones, you pay a £150 deposit
In case you damage
it, right? Or you get the free ones, which is
a brick phone.
Less value to the company. I had no free ones to give. I had one phone left in the stock because we're quite a busy store, and it was a £75 deposit, and he was just going ham at me, just
not happy about it.
Just proper pointing fingers at me. And it turns out his phone was voided warranty wise because I had cracks in the screen, so any cracks or any damage to the phone voids warranty. Told him that, and he was like, "This is a fucking joke," screaming at me, and just told him. And I'm the kind of person who's got a quick temper, so I change temper very quick.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Look, if you don't want my service, you know where the door is. At the end of the day, I can only send it away. I can only do this. I can only do that. And I'm just giving you the facts. They'll ask you to pay for the damage on the screen, and then they'll fix the phone. I'm giving you the basic facts. No, you're no, blah blah blah." And he was just going crazy at me, and it was like, who the fuck? I was like, I actually says to him, who do you think you're talking to? Talking down to somebody because I work in a shop. Just going through.
I wish I could say that.
Honestly, I was just.
We're gonna get video footage from the shop just so we can put
the
it
worst
on
thing
this.
is, when I get angry, I start pointing at him. So I'm pointing at this guy like, "Jane, because I work in a shop, you can speak down to me." And the guy's backing up, starting to shite his cell. And then that's when the senior comes over and he's like, "Look, if there's a problem, you need to keep it down or you need to leave." Like, you back each other up. And the guy was like, "Oh fuck it, I'll just factory reset my phone, fuck the lot of these," and then walked out. And then one of my other customers came up and was like, "What a total prick that guy was." And it was, honestly, it was a moment to cherish. But
we might need to have an episode in the future talking about work stories, because I imagine you may have a few.
I have some amazing stories.
I have quite a few stories from like Sports Direct and stuff as well that I could.
Oh yeah, I forgot you worked in Sports Direct.
I've worked in a lot of different places. I have a lot of stories I could talk about.
Where's the worst that you've worked in?
How many jobs you had?
Oh, okay. Well, I've worked in like a news agents where I made like teas and coffees and stuff like that and stocking shelves.
Right.
I've worked in Sports Direct. I've done painting and decorating. I've worked for the Falkirk Council doing gritting in the mornings. I've worked for Daily, like the engineering company. I've worked for Groundhouse.
A few, shall we say?
A jack of all trades, shall we say?
Yeah,
I'm not many talents.
Like I've done a lot of things, and like I have a lot of stuff on my CV for it, which is quite good because like it means like I have had experience in quite a lot of different things.
Yeah.
But like, and I'm happy that I've done all those jobs because like I've seen which ones I just do not want to stay in.
Nice,
like
that's a learning experience.
Yeah, like I do not like retail at all.
Retail.
I despise it.
So Sports Direct was like the worst for you?
Well, Sports Direct is the worst company for
anyone.
Yeah, like it's the dusk of companies.
We touched on this.
Yeah, we touched on Dusk last week.
We touched on Dusk, the nightclub, the other week.
Yeah. However, though, if Dusk want to sponsor us, feel free to get in contact, and we'll stop any slander that happens at them.
I will be there tonight if you want to give me free entry.
I mean, in general, I've had two paths. I've had plumbing, which is early starts, you know, proper hands-on, which I'm not bothered about. The early starts I was, so that was not for me. However, retail I think it's really good because the way my job is compared to what Sports Direct is probably different. You know, I've got to build deals, you know, sell the network, you know, you're proper selling to a customer, and that's what a retail's. But until you get a proper dickish customer, which happens a lot of the time, retail I think. I never thought of retail when I was at school or, you know, left school. That's why my dad was like, really, that's where you want to go, because
you didn't see you going down that path.
Because it was like you have a laugh too much, you're not the most sensible, and you know you can't keep a conversation. Whereas when I went into the job, it was 100% right. I found it difficult, but you adapt to it, you get better at it, especially with a team around you that know what they're doing. And you know, I've been there 2 years now and don't think I'll leave anytime soon. But in general, like retail was never something I was going to go into. But
I think that's as well, like, I mean, a lot of folk, touching back on school, I know a lot of folk get careers advisors, like, because there's a lot of folk in your situation, Francis, who have no clue what they want to do for their whole life, and they get advice. I'm not saying that these people didn't, sorry about that.
Try to be safe there.
I forgot, I've lost my train of thought now. So like, I don't think they're deliberately trying to put them off by giving them like certain job ideas. However, like, don't necessarily think that's a job that you have to go down, because like, if you're stereotypically thinking, yes, you might have seen Jamie being like a plumber or a builder or something like that, but he's got a completely different route to that.
Yeah, see, like when I was doing the gritting for the council, like, I wasn't doing it directly for the council. I was contracting myself out to a family friend, and he was giving people like from his payroll to the council so they could do it in the mornings, because like it does get quite bad like in the mornings. So, I mean, like no one wants to get up at 3 in the morning like to go do a grit. No one wants to do that.
No.
But the fact is that I only had that job because it was just for the money, and it's like it's all seasonal. So like, I know that next winter comes round and I'll be doing that again. I might be getting up at 3:30 and doing like 3 or 4 hours work, but those 3 or 4 hours work get you a lot of money because of how early up you're getting, and because it's for the council. Council usually give quite a lot of money for
they pay well.
Yeah, so like I was only doing that, and usually like throughout winter it's quite bad because I usually have my other work as well. So I usually get up 3:30, do that work, get home, get ready for the next work, and then go to the next work.
Yeah.
And it's usually quite hard, but like it was just for the money, and like if you need to know like if you're just wanting to get a job just because you want to save for something or anything like that, that's still fine, because you like go on a job and then you leave in like after 6 months, a year of just saving. That's still okay, because you leaving's not like they will still have good things to say about you. Like don't be afraid to leave somewhere and think they're going to say bad things about you, unless you were a bad employee, but just you won't be anyway. So
see, that's the difference.
Just don't be a dick.
That's the difference between, like, touching on that gritting subject there. Basically, you were there just for the money, whereas I go and I enjoy my work and I want to go. Like, see, when I'm off days, I'm constantly checking what the figures were for the day, checking all the different apps to see how we done, who sold what, what's to be done the next day. Whereas I enjoy that. It's part of your life. It's part of my life now. Whereas I turn up, I do what I need to do, and then you get a wage at the end, and it's like, oh shit, I forgot about that. Unless you're running really low on money, then you're like, right, I could really use this wage. But in general, I'm on a monthly. Means it's monthly I get paid, and like I get paid on the 25th every month. And not once do I remember me at the end of a month going, shit, where's my wage? Why is it not here? Like, because I'm always there. Just I love doing what I'm doing, and the wage at the end is
like, you don't think about it, and it just creeps up out of nowhere, and you're like, oh, have some money.
It's a bonus, but like, I love grafting the way I am.
Would you work for without the wage then?
No, I wouldn't work with it. No.
Would you work for half the wage?
You wouldn't be able to work without the wage, to be honest.
Oh.
Turning around. Fair enough. But no, in general, I do love my job, and the wage is good.
Yeah.
Right. Going on to a new thing. We might try this out. It might go horrendously, but it might go good. We're going on to a new subject called Liam and Jaba Do the News. Is what I'm going to call it for now. It'll probably change and guessed. So we've got 2 stories up on the screen. Excuse me if my Mac's going to make a lot of noise whilst doing this. But we've been looking up the news. I feel like it's important in this day and age to keep up with the news, and me and Jamie both agreed before us, we don't really keep up enough with the news. So.
I keep up with the sports news, but everything else.
Yeah, I'm the same as you. That's not really like.
I do not.
I also will say that I have no idea what we're going to be talking about here. Like, no idea whatsoever.
So we've got one serious subject and one less serious, and I suppose the aim of this is I'll read out the topic, give some facts and figures from it, and we'll just have a chat about it, see where it goes from there.
Okay.
So the first one's a wee bit bad. It's the Grenfell Tower disaster that happened what was it now, a month ago that happened?
Yeah, roughly.
Yeah. So for those of us that don't know what happened, Grenfell Tower is like a council tower building. It's in the centre of London.
Yeah.
And unfortunately passed away, and in the process 50 people, however it's expected to be more, were killed because there's a lot of refugees living in the area, And in the tour specifically, who didn't have papers and who didn't have
you could identify them.
Yeah, so
There's
basically
probably a couple of squatters and stuff like that.
yeah, so they're because the building wasn't kept in the best condition, so it's expected that the death toll in that's obviously going to be much higher than the 80 people that's been reported. But the thing that it's talking about here is that the council that run the Grenfell Tower block struck a deal worth £50 million last year to allow developers to avoid having built affordable homes for these people, and that's reported by the BBC today, which is the date is the 18th of July. Pretty fucking scandalous when you say it, lads.
I think it's a lot of money considering.
Yeah, don't get me wrong, I know it's fucking horrendous to think, right? I can see what they're thinking. If it cost 50 million to avoid the problem, imagine how much it would have cost to solve the problem as such.
The thing is, that 50 million, you wouldn't even use half of it to build affordable homes for these people.
You're hoping not, but
not it. The thing is, you don't know how much planning permission and actual building materials and shit costs, but in general 25 million is a lot of money to build affordable homes for these people. I don't see that as a lot of money it's a lot of money to save for then a disaster like that to happen. I would have quite easily accepted £25 million less to build affordable homes for these people.
Another thing that the article later goes on to say is that the council's running a target scheme. So the target was that they wanted to build 200 affordable houses or flats between 2011 and 2021. However, just 4 have been completed between 2011-12 to 2012-13, which is 4. Four out of the 200 target. They're going to have to shift their arses out to get
You can count that with one hand. That should be happening. It's crazy to think about. Only 4 has been built in that space of time.
Yeah,
they have got a target to get. The thing is, though, with targets is you can, if you don't meet them, you don't meet them. It's as simple as that. But something like this, after what happened, is a target you've
I think it's such a fucking shame that something like this is only now when they're going to pull their finger out. So I heard on the radio the other day they're running tests in Edinburgh blocks that had the same sort of material. I can't remember the name of the material. Sorry, that went.
I think it's because they didn't use the right material that they were supposed to use, and they said to go for a cheaper, more affordable option, and that's the reason why it went up, because the material they're meant to use would not have even gone past the 1 flat, and it would have stopped the 1 flat, because all the doors and everything like that should have been fireproof, and especially the alarms, because no alarms were sounded, as I did see on the news, was there has to be something done about that, and there will be something done about that.
Now, but it's taken 8 or more people to die from this.
The fire exits should be completely fireproof. The actual stairs should be completely fireproof. However, Grenfell wasn't, and it's how bad a material must they use?
It's the problem with everything, right? It's lazy bastards that run this that have got enough lining in their pocket that are thinking, we can sort this another day.
No, it's less lazy people. It's more just because like all these different disasters that happen, and obviously it's really horrible that they do happen, but it is almost every time to do with someone trying to keep more money for themselves and cut back costs, and it's just because of that unfortunately these people have lost their lives. It is really horrible that they have. And that's why I'm glad, obviously it's a horrible thing that this happened, but I'm glad now they're actually putting their foot down and checking almost like all the flats they think will have the same kind of build as them, and so they can actually bleed these people dry of their money so they can fix these problems.
It's like everything, it's just it's fucking too little too late though to say. I know that they're going to probably save hundreds of lives now, which is obviously the aim, but fucking hell, by things that they should have been doing this years ago.
It's people's lives you're playing with when you're trying to cut back this 50 million. It's people's life. When you're sitting in the office and you're like, we need to cut back this sort of cost or something.
Yeah, you think about useless shit like how much tea or coffee you might buy, or
whereas you think about these guys are dealing with people's lives. It's costing them now, but in general it's so much money's
Is
been
there-
saved due to
Has
this.
there been any prison convictions I haven't seen from like folk that have been running this?
I'm pretty sure there hasn't been that many, but people will most definitely be going to jail for it. Because I don't know, like, don't quote me on this because I don't know if it's word for word, but like I think they were talking about something like, it was talking something like there was like corporal manslaughter or something. It was something like that, and like basically trying to say that the people who had organised it and had the deals and signed the deals for the different building things and like for all the different like alarms and stuff like that, like it was because of that these people have died. So it is someone's fault that this has happened. They're just not quite got to the point in which
The
they
thing
can
is,
do
all
it.
these buildings, they have to be inspected at some point as well.
Mhm.
So inspectors are there to say,
Right.
right, this is wrong, these alarms aren't working. That's
So
obviously
it's
not been done right as well.
Yeah, well, that's the problem though. It's a question of, did they, one, not report the issues because they didn't see them? That's like a very fucking big flaw. Did they report them, but then the people that owned them didn't do anything about them? Or were they just sort of like,
There's paperwork
let's
to
put
back
this on
up
the
everything.
slide?
Like that's the reason why they haven't made arrests as of yet, and that will be because they can't pinpoint the blame, because it like it could have been the maintenance team that went in and they didn't report it like to anyone higher up, like in the in the thing,
Done
yeah.
about it, yeah.
So it could be that.
The problem is, I'm worried that this will turn into something like Hillsborough, where like you'll have an inquiry for God knows how many years.
Yeah.
It'll drag on and on and on, and because most of these people will be refugees, unfortunately, in the flat, they won't have the cost to like pursue legal fees, and they might not all like try and keep up with it because they want to move on with their lives and forget this tragedy. To the point where maybe in say like 5 years' time, folk will start being prosecuted, but maybe like for 4 years and they get out after 18 months or something like that, so justice
it'll be
isn't
something
properly
like that.
served. But yeah, no, thoughts go out to the folk who are involved. I know we're also a bit late from it happening, but yeah, all are very sorry about what happened there to you. Now, it's not a serious story, but a wee bit more
Serious,
light.
but a bit more
well,
enlightening.
Yeah, like we'll lighten up the mood a little bit.
Yeah, we like to. I mean, I did say in the first one of this, we'll talk about different subjects. Sometimes it'll get deep, other times it'll be me and Jay taking the piss, which most of the time it is.
Right.
The next one is what I like to title. This is why I think I should be a journalist. I titled it "Sex Copter." Fucking genius. If there's any newspapers out there that want to hear me, give me a call. Basically, the story is London, a police helicopter was used to film 2 people having sex in their garden, and there's been another 5 nudists on the beach being watched by people in this helicopter, and there's 5 people involved. So what's your opinion?
In general, I just want to start this by saying, yes, right, I am in the police, right, for example, and I fly over with some of my colleagues in this police helicopter, and I zoom in and I see this couple chatting. Right,
Going full on, and yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
So they're going for it. What's my first initial thought? Cool. I'm going to watch this for a wee bit.
See, right. See.
Oh no!
1 minute. I'm gonna have to stop you dead right there.
Oh
Like, the fact that your first thought would be, I'll watch this for a
Oh
little bit.
Jesus!
That right there is illegal.
Is it though?
Fucking hell!
Yes.
No.
no! I refuse.
Definitely is
Right,
legal.
right. Stop right there. Right. They,
You dirty bastard!
I would tell my colleagues as well, right? But primarily, if they are choosing to have sex in their garden with the possibility of being seen, it is not legal for me to look. I am looking in that direction.
You don't have to keep looking in that.
I don't have to, but if I choose to, it's not legal. However, I would tell my colleagues, they would all have a look, I would imagine.
Okay.
What I will say is, well, you would get to know your colleagues, and if you know that they would see that and go, oh, wow, that's funny, fly away. However, these people have seen this. Why the fuck have they reported that? And how has it managed to hit the news is what I'm...
Well, I mean, yeah, I know 5 boys have lost their jobs from this. We've got the names and... Oh, wait, no, it's not 5, sorry. So we have Matthew Lucas, 42, Lee Wallace, 47, Matthew Loosemore, 45, and Malcolm Reeves, 64. And they've all denied doing this. So we should stress, for any anything that comes back our way.
Wait,
They said they did not do this.
So they reported it, and they lost their jobs because they reported.
No, they didn't report. These were the guys flying the helicopter.
Right, so they were flying the helicopter, and they.
And then I presume the folk that were having sex in the garden or whatever noticed this, and then they've reported, and they've probably checked over, thinking nothing of it, and then going, oh wait, no, actually they were staring at them for a long time.
Yes.
The thing is though, right? If you are going to take the risk of flying, it's one of those ones where we don't know if they flew past or hovered.
They must have I'm going to guess they probably were I don't know how police helicopters work, right, but I take it there's got to be folk in the air all times for in a case of emergency sort of thing.
Yeah.
I'm going to guess what's happened was they're flying by, nothing to do that day, seen this happening, looked for probably a minute or so, then left.
Thing is, that's reported. That is, it's a sackable offence at the end.
I'm not saying what they did was right. I'm just saying that's probably what's happened at the end of the day.
I mean, going on to your point, a lot of people would have stopped to have a look. A lot of people would have. Obviously, it was the wrong thing to do, and if they hopefully that they didn't have anything to do that day, because if they had something to do that day and they still chose to stop and watch.
The thing is, when you realise the career you can have in the police, you would fly by. You wouldn't stop.
Well, that's the thing though.
One of them 64, so he was already close to retirement anyway. And
he pretty much would. He would have had a year left, and he would have been gone.
6 months and he's dead. That sort of.
Yeah, no. The problem is for these boys as well. The ones that are in their early to mid 40s, early to late 40s. They're at the point where they're 20 years away from retiring. They've probably been in the police all their life. They don't have any more skill sets. When the fuck are they going to get hired for the next 20 years before they can retire?
Yep.
And it's based on what they got sacked on can also affect what they can get hired.
Well, I mean, they can put on the sex offenders register if they're not careful.
Yeah, that's true. I mean,
the thing is, they can fight their case though. Sure.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm sure if they put my dad's in the fire brigade. I need to be careful what I say here, but basically, there's a chance in these public sectors beforehand, you might have been they would have tried to help you out as most they can, but nowadays they might not give you that same sort of help.
Aye.
If something has
happened. The thing is, I know of people who has been let off with certain things. So one of my mates was caught speeding. The report was filed in. One of my mates' dads then phoned the guy he knows in the police force, who then obviously called his mate and be like, look, I know this guy, do me a turn and I'll do you one, scratch my back and I'll scratch your sort of thing. He's been let away with it. So these sort of things definitely happen and within the force. Is it right? Is it wrong?
Within any kind of jobs as well, all the different things happen.
Yeah, but I mean, I suppose there's a perception, especially in the UK, that our police are far from corrupt. It's not my flatmate Duncan, South African, and he's said before numerous times, if you're driving around in South Africa with a licence on, you have a bit of cash to you. If you bribe them off, then you can just go off on your way. If you tried that in this country, you'd probably be put away for a number of years. So I think that's where the squeaky clean image comes from. But I'm not necessarily saying it's corruption, but
I don't think it is. I think the corruption is what Duncan says about South Africa. That is definitely that's crazy. But whereas in our country it is very clean cut. If you do something wrong, you get the
book thrown at you.
Exactly, you get prosecuted for it. Rightly so.
Right. So, it said differently. It wasn't just the couple having sex in the garden.
Yeah, there was. There was also in the news story. There was also nudists on a beach sunbathing that they were watching. They were saying also there's one in a garden that they were watching who was sunbathing naked.
Right, so people were sunbathing naked, but
that's also one. The main way this came about by sounds is these people having sex reported and then they've gone back through to see what else might have been looked at, and they've seen this as well coming from it.
However, the nudists in campsites, if you're doing nudism, the fact is that I strongly would say that one is nowhere near as serious as the other ones, because if you're choosing to be a nudist,
you're choosing to be seen.
You're
choosing that on the assumption you may be seen.
You're choosing to be comfortable in your own skin. So if someone was to see you.
But it's in the same way though, if you're a nudist or if you're wearing clothes, if you've got someone watching you, you could easily report that to the police if you want.
That's true. Like I guess like you wouldn't want them to see you in a sexual way. Like even if you are into this.
Yeah, but it's more complex to get away with that if you are into this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sort of puts into the question then, because like guaranteed these boys are not the only ones in the force that have done this or been caught with it. I may feel like, because obviously we're one of the most watched states in the world with like the amount of CCTV we have, with like basically there's cameras everywhere. You can't move without like being picked up by a camera. How much of it do you think these boys like actually sit behind like the desk, like their 9 to 5 job, just look at something, just watch it just because they can get away with it, sort of thing?
Well, I mean, like if we're thinking of that, I mean, like I know a lot of places in Stirling where people have very publicly had sex. I'm not one of them. I'm going to put that out
I
there.
like how you needed to say that.
Yeah, like I'm not one of those people. However, that like a lot of people have done stuff like that. A lot of people I know, and I know that a lot of places they have done this. There is a lot of cameras, and there's like countless people have probably been caught. And these people who are sitting there watching these things probably choosing not to pick them up for it instead, and they might choose just to watch the videos, which is very wrong. And
I mean, is it really worth that? I'm not saying like these people, like, no offence to your mates have done this, but I mean, like, I'm not saying like they shouldn't be picked up for, obviously you shouldn't be having sex in a public place. True. Like, is it really worth the person's time sort of thinking, they've done it, there's no damage, fuck it, leave it?
True, but if there's no damage, like I'm saying more like if they were gonna watch the videos, like they could voice break. Like they could see like see on a video and be like, oh okay, right, and then just like fast forward a bit and just try and see like
it to the end.
Like they don't actually watch the whole thing. Because I mean like that is the main point on this, is just that they did decide to stop and watch instead of just carry on with their day and carry on with their job.
Touching on the subject, I'm a
Have you had sex in public, Jamie?
Definitely no. I'm a good lover.
Want to?
No, I'm a good lover of cars, and I know you
I
are.
thought you were going to say I'm a good lover.
I'm a good lover.
Not quite.
Yeah, you're a good lover of cars.
I know you used to watch Top Gear as well. However, you see a nice car and you've got nothing else to do, you maybe follow it just to have a wee gander, right?
I thought it was going somewhere much worse.
It will be.
Oh no, I'm not sure what it is.
I was following it to the castle. I was going up anyway, however, right?
So you were following someone up to the castle, yes?
No, as such. I was going up to the castle, however, it was a Nissan GTR, right?
So you wanted to see where it was going?
Of course.
Right, okay. That's a bit better, like explain.
It's a little bit better.
I was going up to the castle anyway. It was going up there anyway.
Right.
Now this is probably 7, maybe 8, 9, no, probably about 11:30 at night, right? Amy wanted some pictures, right, of like
the car, or of the area,
the castle,
right,
and
okay.
the area and stuff, right? So it's cool. So we had nothing better to do, so we followed it. And I thought it turned its right signal to go down away from the castle, but it ended up going straight up, and I was going up anyway, so it may have looked quite bad. However, we parked up. She got out. She was taking pictures and stuff. Knew this is when it touched on the subject. I turned around and saw the Nissan bouncing. Yes. And this GTR was going for it, shall I say. And yeah, so it started off, we pulled up and they were just kissing, fair enough, intimate scenes and stuff. And then it got worse, it got much worse, so yeah. Car started rocking.
Did they know that you were there?
Yeah, that's the thing. So is it a prime dogging area is what I was thinking to myself while I was driving away.
I mean, it's a good view, to be fair, you get at the top there.
However, I jumped back in the car, thought nothing of it and just left.
Right.
But that was touching on the subject we were just on, that I could have quite easily, stayed and watched if I wanted to.
That's true. And like I'm kind of thinking like I understand why people would do things like dogging or having sex in public, like places and stuff like that, because like this whole idea that like the you get that kind of massive adrenaline rush. Like you already get the dopamine from the actual like intercourse, but then right, like you get this big adrenaline rush from doing something you're not really supposed to do,
and maybe getting caught,
and maybe getting caught. Like, and it's that fact that a lot of people are happy. No, it's that risk that a lot of people enjoy.
Like, that's why pretty much everyone does these things. Yeah. Right. Moving on from there, do you want to load up the game and I will explain Francis? It's time. Well, that was the end of Liam and Jaba Speak News, is what I think I'll call it. Very illiterate.
For the time being, anyway.
Yeah, we already come off a different. Oh,
that's the game noise then.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. Right, so basically, Francis, this is a quick fire game, okay? Which me and Jamie have already set on the board. Jamie's time was 104 and he got 9 out of 10 correct. My score was 115 and I got 8 out of 10 correct. So what's going to happen is, right, Jamie's going to bring up his phone. It's going to give you like a letter, right? So like so you have the 26 characters of the alphabet. It'll randomly select one. Now you have a chance to re-roll, so think about your letter for a minute if you want to re-roll, okay? If you re-roll, you only get one re-roll, okay? Now once you've picked that letter, right, it's going to give you questions, and you need to answer with that like character as the first letter of that answer.
Or
so
some
like,
word with it, right?
So like say if you pick N and like it says cars, beginning with like it says cars, then you'd say Nissan to start with, okay? And this keeps going on and you keep doing it until you either get 5 wrong or you get until you get 5 wrong, or if you get all 10 right then the clock stops and it gives you a score. Now your aim's obviously to beat us on the board.
Well, I'm definitely not going to do that. I'm be lucky if I get 3 right. And
well, see, we were talking about this on the last podcast because we knew you were coming on for the next one. We were wondering if you could be the dark horse in the situation.
I doubt I will be.
This was my exact comments last time. You talk a lot of shite.
Yeah.
No lies, but talk a lot of shit as in you can come away with shit.
Yeah, you can talk yourself out of a room in the doors.
Yeah, so realistically, if a letter comes up and I say it's toiletries, you will come up with something incredible. Whereas we'll be there for ages thinking.
Now I see your name up there. So do you want to do it whereas in so just to show Francis what we mean? We do it once with. Alright, we're just going to do it like maybe just to show Francis what we mean in case he gets confused. So I'll ask you the questions, you keep going. We won't put a score up on the boards just to give him like an idea of what to expect.
Right, so I'll do a test round to show him.
Yeah, I'd show him what he means, and any other of the audience that doesn't really know what this is. So you click I'm ready, gives you a letter. So Jamie, do you want to use N or do you want to change it?
I'll use N just based on the fact it's a tester.
Right, okay. Accept. 3, 2, 1. Common surnames begin with N.
Nigel.
Okay. Things you shouldn't touch. You can pass it as well if you want, or if he gives a bad answer, I can hit pass.
Yeah.
An animal.
This is bad.
I know. It just who else isn't going on the board.
Pass as well. Holy shit.
Celebrities.
Nigel Farage or whatever his name is.
Yeah. Things are black. Don't use the N-word.
I wasn't planning on it.
That's terrible, Liam.
The fact you even thought of that's shocking.
Pass that because you're a horrible person.
Things you sit on.
It's usually better than this.
Yeah, pass again. Aye.
Fictional characters.
I don't know. Pass.
And that's the end basically, because we don't go any further than the pass, so we always leave it until the 5. If you get 5 wrong, then we stop at that point. Okay. So Jamie would have got like 5 wrong and like.
It was a minute 46 or something.
Something like that, right?
So it was,
that
was a pretty horrible showing.
True. I mean, like I'm really bad at thinking.
Anyone that
wants
to hear us do well, go back and watch episodes 1 and 2. And you can see me and Jamie both being good at some points.
Go to episode 1 because I was.
Yeah, avoid episode 1 actually. Go to episode 2. Right. So
the names of the.
I'll get rid of. Well, yeah, right. Okay.
Do you want to do one as well, just so I can see you do one?
You want?
I want to see you do one as well. Yeah.
Okay. So if I come down to this side, Jamie. Oh well, no. Alright, okay, fine.
We're done, Liam.
Right.
Is this your actual score or is this your tester?
Nah, so just wait for a tester.
Do we all do it again and then we see who's the top scorer?
No. Like we said last week, like we want to. It's just like a weekly thing with the guests, but we're showing you
so
points.
basically, you're playing to beat your score.
Okay.
Right, Liam. So the letter that is given you is B. Would you like to re-roll or keep?
I'll go with B.
Go with B. Right. So I started on B. 3, 2, 1. Reasons to make a phone call.
Banks.
Right. Things that are called. So easy, I'm not doing it.
Don't know. Pass.
Cars.
Big guy.
A boy's name.
Bertrand.
Common surnames.
Bartholomew.
No.
Fuck off. That is a name.
Musical instruments.
Bass.
Items in this room.
Beer.
Parts of the body.
Butt.
Creepy crawlies.
Bugs.
Nicknames.
Bart.
Right, so there, Liam got 8 right and 2 wrong, and he actually
Got 107, so I wouldn't have beaten my
so
record.
you wouldn't have beat my score either, which is I'm very happy
Right,
with.
so Francis, are you ready for this?
Do you want a tester or you want to just
No, there's no testers. We didn't get a tester. This is
You
straight
ready?
in. Are you ready?
So I'm clicking on ready. Your letter it's given you is O.
Oh, that's a bad
Would you
rule
like
if
to
I were
reroll?
you. You only get one reroll though, so you need to think of this. I think O's though are pretty shit. Like, would you agree with me though?
It's a bit seems like
I'll reroll.
your next letter and your last letter is J.
J. Okay.
Good luck beating that scores.
Okay.
You ready?
Yeah.
So 3, 2, 1. Animals noises.
What?
You can have
Jeer? No, it's not pass.
Right, okay. An animal.
Jackalope.
Words ending in N.
June. Not June. Pass.
Actor or actress.
I'm really bad. I know nothing. Pass.
Jennifer
You
Lopez.
only have up to 5.
Musical instruments.
Why did I get J?
Hit pause if he hits 5 though. Like, if
Holiday
he hits 5.
locations.
This is your last chance.
Jamaica.
Yes, right, we're in the flow.
Toiletries or cosmetics.
Come on,
I
you
don't
don't have
know.
it. Alright, that's it then, pause.
That's me. I'm really bad, man.
Unfortunately, Francis, you're the first NA of the game.
Yes.
I'll just write up on the board now.
A DNF. I do not qualify right there. I didn't know. I do not finish there.
So, are we giving them a DNF, or are we just giving them a? Or are we giving them an NA?
What would you prefer, mate? The thing is, do you want another shot? I mean, that is your score. It's locked in. I'm afraid.
Okay.
I'm going to give you another shot though. But however, do you want a DNF or a?
What was the time?
It was
1 minute,
1:43.
1:42. We'll say.
Nice. Put it in.
Alright, fine.
That is my score. I know I messed up. I was really bad at this game.
Right, so it was 1:42 with 5 wrong and 2 correct. Right, but you're not putting that. That's fine.
Right. No, do you know what? Right, Francis is the first guest. You've been a very good first guest. I'll give you a chance to redeem yourself on this.
Oh.
If Jamie allows it as well as the other podcaster, keep moving your chair, mate.
I am very happy to allow you another shot.
Okay, I'll go
This
for
is
it.
a
but-
rarity, Francis. You'll
like-
get another sections.
Like you do know, I'm going to do just as badly. I'm
No,
really bad
no,
at these
no, no,
games.
So your
If
first
you-
letter-
Oh, F! Right, I'll go for it.
Go for
It's
it.
destiny.
Be-
See if he beats you, you're going to still pissed off, aren't you?
I'm not going to... No, come on, guys.
That
I'm going to get
microphone-
one.
That microphone may go flying.
I'm only going to get one.
Right, 3, 2, 1. The letter is F. Crimes.
Fighting.
Adjectives.
Fuck, what's an adjective? Why am I so bad at skill pass?
Ocean things.
Try to help you.
No, go for it. Like, come on, pass.
Pass. Things you shout.
Fuck.
Things that grow.
Fruit.
TV shows.
Friends.
Yes, he's getting into it.
Things that you sit on.
Furniture
Things that you make smile.
that make you smile.
That make-
Friends.
Oh.
Parts of bodies.
Feet.
Fictional characters.
Flintstones.
Oh.
Well done.
Oh!
That's a respectable score.
And he's beaten me!
Yes.
Can I just say, right, ocean things, and you didn't think of fish.
Yeah.
Oh, see, when you're playing the game, you just don't think.
What
man.
I said first episode
I
as
know,
well.
I know.
Like, you don't
I
think when
know,
you're
I know
playing
it's
the game.
difficult.
That's very respectable. That's cool. That's
Right,
that's-
Francis, you're going up on the board. I'll move you up to second once we're stopped recording, but Jamie,
Nice.
give me his time and say it to the camera again.
So Francis had the letter F and he got 1 minute and 12 seconds, and he got a good score of 8 correct and 2 wrong.
You did well, mate. Congrats.
Well played.
See, second time it always does it, doesn't it?
Well
Yeah.
played, mate. Well played.
I mean, who is going to win with J?
True, fair enough. I mean, the one Jamie, what was the one you got a fucking piss easy one for your
I
one?
think it was C or something like that.
Come on.
I mean, at the end of the day, it was relatively easy. I'm not going to lie, but you sort of have to be in it to win it, you know.
That's true, definitely.
Right, I think we might be able to leave it there, unless there's anything you want to add.
Oh, I'm happy he's had me on, especially as the first guest. That's
Well,
an honour.
I had a really good time. You're a very good guest. However, there's one more question I just want to give you before we finish. How do you want to be remembered by people?
Wow. Just in general.
Yeah.
How do I want to be remembered?
Leaving the best to last right there, Liam.
Wait, like, do you mean like when I die, or just when I leave this?
I know this podcast is good. I think it's changed people's perceptions of you.
Say 60 years from now.
60 years from now. How do
You're
I
in the
remember
grave.
me?
You've got your grandkids looking over you. How do you want to be remembered?
That when people would think of me, they'd go, right, like, no matter what happened to him, he's had no regrets because everything that's happened to him has pushed him to do the things that he did, and he's happy with what's happened throughout his life. So he's just
lived the life to the best of his
Yeah,
ability.
like-
Okay.
That's a good way to live, mate. Anyway, thank you very much for being the first guest. It's been an absolute pleasure to be here.
nice. Thank you very much.
We'll hopefully have you in again in like some point soon. Anyway, take care. I've been Liam Whyte,
I've been Jamie Allan.
And I'll be Francis Walker.
and we'll see you next Thursday. Bye.